Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Evan Geyer. Today it's Evan on basketball, and I will tell you what I would do if I were rich at the end. So, Evan on basketball. Evan, I was cut from the freshman basketball team in high school. There were enough players that tried out. Not everyone made the team, and I was one of the people who was cut from the high school basketball team. I've never been to a professionals team basketball practice either. And I'm not that good at free throws. I only shoot about six, maybe seven out of 10. It's not at the professional level. It's not a good um, free throw shooter level to only shoot six or seven out of 10. Something that I would like to be able to shoot better. However, I don't know how to improve. However, I was on the All Star team in middle school. I wasn't someone who could carry the team by myself, like Kobe Bryant or LeBron James is capable of doing. However, I am capable of assisting an underdog team over a favored team in a pickup game. Um, I'm just capable of doing that. However, part of my problem during especially high school, and even somewhat in middle school, is I was doing the plays too much. You know, the coach would call a play, I'd do the play. I wasn't being selfish enough and making the judgment and determinations on my own to better suit the team. I would pass too much. I wasn't aggressive enough as going to the hoop to create plays. So if you know, you know. Um, my problem in organized basketball was I wasn't selfish enough. Rather, I was listening to what other people wanted me to do. Had I attacked the hoop and played organized ball the way I played pickup ball, I think I would not have gotten cut from the team. So when I play pickup ball, there's no coach or anything. A lot of times I would play point guard. Um, and I would make the decisions on my own. Um, there was no trying to play to a certain style. You could kind of play any style, and that was my type of successful environment for basketball when I could make the decisions and when it wasn't about listening to coaches or players who wanted me to pass the ball when I didn't want to pass the ball. Not that I didn't pass the ball. Um, So getting cut from the high school basketball team freshman year was actually one of the best things that ever happened to me because it got me into wrestling, and that was amazing. If the wrestling was a lot better for me physically, and I learned a lot from it. So basketball I could just play pickup, and wrestling I was on an organized team. So interesting in basketball, I used to be proud when I defeated someone older than me. However, now it's opposite. I'm proud when I defeat someone younger than me. However, the question about organized ball that you got to ask too is, and this is the thinking, it could change the thinking of people. Um, why is warm up about uncontested layups and shooting around instead of something a little more challenging like 3-on-3? So why are the professionals like not? Why are they doing some of the easiest shots for warm up? Is it really a warm up, or or if they maybe did a 3-on-3 and they were having to hustle and compete before the actual game? A short one like 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Um, I think that would be a better warm up. Is and better for their um, mind to get prepared for the actual game. As if they were to do something like 3-on-3 before the game instead just doing easy layups that are uncontested. Also, when I'm looking at the stats and doing the math, second chances being the same, more points in general are scored by shooting 3-pointers. More points are scored by doing 3-pointers than 2-pointers. Out of 100 shots, if you shoot 34% from 3 and 42% from 2, you're going to get 102 points from 3, but only 84 points from 2. That's something to keep in mind for players and coaches in basketball. So when people play pickup games using scores of 2s and 1s, that becomes even more lopsided. If you are playing a game of winners 2s and 1s, it changes a little bit different. If you're using a half court rather than a full court 2s and 1s, because if you make the ball and there's a higher percentage of making the basket, then you can repeat. You can get the ball and you can run up the score. If it's winner's game, so some of the math on that is on average. If you're going by 3s and 2s, on average, from 3-point land, you'll score about 3.9 points per possession before you turn the ball over because you miss and don't get the rebound. If you're doing by 2s and you're playing winners, then it's 4.4 about. So you score a little bit more if you're playing by 3s and 2s winners, shooting 2s than 3s. And again, you can adjust the math. I'm just using 34% and 42%. You can adjust the math for the strengths or weaknesses of the team. And that is something that you need, that needs to be analyzed for the team. So besides doing the math in basketball, all that's left to think about is the matchups, who guards who, and how much space a defender should give the man with the ball he is guarding to help out defending other players. So now I'll get to that's pretty much Evan on basketball, and now I'll get to what I would do if I were rich at the end, because that was what I was saving for the end. Well, you know, there's more to a basketball game than just score, and this can carry over to other sports as well. However, I would hire a statistician team because there's a lot more to keep track of than points, and having the data would be interesting and could help in gameplay decisions. Plus, I just in general want to know how I'm doing. And if someone is keeping track of that while I'm out having fun, and maybe one of them's med trained in case something goes wrong with one of the players, I mean, that would be a good way to spend some money if I were rich. Alrighty, that's Evan on basketball. I will talk to you later and see ya.